Hey,
because it's time to rest. Now they
it's
don't want
time
to
to go
rest.
and play football.
They want
That's
to
it.
go and rest.
That's all.
They want to go and rest. Most
You
of
just
people.
want to go and play football. It's not about
No,
um
you have to rest. And when you are warming up to the next week, then you exercise more.
really.
Yes,
Is that
yes,
the
yes,
case?
yes. So you know
I'll,
the weekend. For me, the weekend is all about Friday. Because Saturday there are a lot of activities, family issues, and all that you need to be
okay.
part of. Then all you realize Sunday is alive. And when Sunday comes like that,
Then the
uh,
weekend is over.
so the real weekend is Friday. So you know that you the, the only time you have to
Mhm.
rest is Friday.
It's Friday.
So
Okay.
after you sign off from work,
That's
then
right.
you know that
The weekend is here.
Saturday we don't enjoy so
Thank
much.
God it's Friday.
That's why everybody. So we don't
I,
advise people on
yes, they
Friday.
said you can push it to Monday.
Asian has said that so many times. Joshua Kudumes has said that so many times. Musa Lansa. And then Emmanuel Biko.
They've all said that.
You don't
Okay.
advise people
On
on
Fridays.
Fridays.
Mm.
So me, I don't understand what that means, but that's what they say. So
Okay.
if you don't take advice on Friday, that's your own cup of tea.
Yo. All right.
When the issue can we'll talk about it.
Let's talk about the courts. What has been happening?
Yes. So we started telling you for the past 2 days about the public sector lawyers conference, the maiden edition, where all lawyers within the government institution, state attorneys, ministries, department, agencies, all of them came under one umbrella to learn, to come together, to foster or to devise strategies to be able to harmonize a relationship, collaborate, and then also ensure that whatever decision or issue they are dealing with in the interest of the state, all of them will be on one page. The president was there, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the Attorney General, the president of Ghana Bar Association, deputy attorney
the movers
general,
and shakers.
absolutely.
They were all there.
They were all there. And yesterday, the 3 day was the third day of the event. And guess who was there? Professor Nana, Dr. SKB Asante, and he was there primarily to take the gathering through issues of arbitration. You know, one of the issues that have confronted this country is how to deal with issues of arbitration. And sometimes judgment there, sometimes claims are awarded against state and all that. So he took them through a journey of how you can deal with some of these issues because he has well experience in that and all that happens to arbitration, the international convention, how to initiate it, how to strike the balance and all that. In fact, yesterday we were told that he was on a sick bed, but he has to come and then take the gathering through because of the relevance of the gathering and all that. So the Attorney General was very excited about the fact that he made that particular time, even when he was on a sick bed, to come and deliver or share that experience with the gathering. Let's go and hear from Professor Dana, Dr. SKB Asante, some of the things that the lawyers should look out for.
Loaners should not be paid for any mining rights previously granted because mineral rights belong to the state. That was what we presented to them, that we asked them to go and study it. In preparing for this, we had to study their documents, their papers, their background. Then we went to Sierra Leone to have a discussion with the Sierra Leone team that had acquired 51% of the foreign-owned diamond company. It was an internal negotiation. Eventually, we also used certain things were determined by legislation, but the management arrangements were eventually negotiated. Compensation was stipulated, but Loan said it was not acceptable. Nevertheless, he agreed to operate it on the basis that Ghana owns them. And so we also had the right to appoint a deputy managing director. Eventually became from Jonah, and Jonah was then adopted by Loan to be the managing director. That's why he became the managing director. But one thing that I would like to point out before I think that we got this 55% interest acquisition by a combination of negotiation and legislative techniques.
So Professor Nana, Doctor SKB Asante. You know,
Asante.
he is also a paramount chief.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a paramount
Yeah.
chief Asafori Asante, and he's done a lot. He's a writer as well.
Yes, I
So
mean, he's a huge figure when it
also
comes to
very
the
big.
practice of
I've
law
seen
in the
people
country.
describe him as a legal luminary. They are not
Yes.
because he has a lot of expertise when it comes to law.
Mhm.
So such was the personality who turned up at that particular conference to share
Conference.
a
Okay.
lifetime practical experience. And you know, sometimes it's very difficult to have people who have a lot of knowledge practically
Yes.
to come and share that with you. Then moments, the times are different, but of course you need to learn some of these moments, some of
Mm-hmm.
these experiences to be able
Okay.
to guide your footsteps. So he was there to add his support to that particular fund. So the event, the 3 day conference, it's all but done.
Okay. Now let's talk about other issues that took place in the courts yesterday. We can start with Salif Mako's 16-year-old son.
Yes.
He's
So,
been remanded again.
Yeah, he's been remanded again. But there's, of course, yesterday, one of the things that characterized this sitting is getting information. You know, it's a juvenile matter.
Yes.
And so it is not open to the public, unlike the other cases in the other court that you can, whether you are anybody at all can just walk in as long as there's a space in the courtroom. This one is limited, it's restricted to even journalists, accredited journalists to sit through. So we rely on the parties for information, the court for information. But one of the things that took place yesterday was that both the prosecution and the defense lawyers were tight-lipped about whatever happened within the court session, or that they are saying, even confirming whether the accused person has been remanded or not was even a difficulty, because they do not want to give you any slightest of information about what really took place in the courtroom. But we gather that he's been remanded until the November 13th, and the fact that there's also an issue about house arrest, where he will be
At
either
home.
at home, but probation officers will be ensuring that he's okay, and anytime that the court needs him, especially on 13th of November, he will be available. But that is what we will confirm, because yesterday, before I was leaving the premises of the court was so busy that it was difficult getting that information, that confirmation. But Monday, we are sure that Monday we will confirm that and the whereabouts of the young. But what is clear is that he has denied charges, including 2 counts of manslaughter. He was remanded, reappeared yesterday. Yesterday, Salifo Amako himself was present in court for the first time. The first time that he appeared, it was the mother that came together with some other relative or family members. And yesterday, I saw Salifo Amako himself in court. So that case has been adjourned to November 13, and because he is a juvenile, the remand should not be more than a week. Yes. So that's what happened in relation to the Salifo Amako 16-year-old
Okay.
boy, whose action and inactions led to the death of 2 young girls. And
Okay.
as we speak, those 2 young girls have been buried by their relatives. But I have not also seen any known face or anybody that his or her reaction will point to the fact that this is a family member of the deceased children who had come to the court to monitor. Probably they were added, but I didn't see that from what took place yesterday.
And then there's this other case of attempted murder by a security officer.
Yes, they're talking about Pius Ayoma, a 22 at the time that the incident happened, somewhere at Okoegono, at Spintex, that area, and he is said to have gone to his former boss's home because he was sacked because he had been stealing small allegedly, and then the bosses or the family were not happy, and then the person who brought him, they notified him, and then he was sacked. He was not happy, went there, planned allegedly with a gun. We were told that shot at his former boss, who nearly escaped, who escaped that gunshot and ran away, and he managed to pack the stuff item from their room and run away, but he was apprehended. And one of the police officers whom initially wanted to accost him, he pointed a gun at them, managed to escape. In fact, we were told that the police officers who went there, when they tried to shoot the gun didn't fire. And the young man managed to escape, but unfortunately for him, he was arrested. One of the police officers
And he couldn't
was in
disappear.
court.
If
Yes.
if the, if he couldn't be hit by the gun, he couldn't disappear.
He couldn't disappear. He
Oh.
could only run, but unfortunately, he ran out of luck, and he was arrested. So he's facing the charge of attempted murder and then robbery and other charges. Yesterday, the eighth witness was in court, and the case has been adjourned in relation to that. And this case is being handled by Civil Kobache, the principal state attorney.
All
And
right.
the very last one
Mm.
is in relation to the Ofanko
The-
murder case where
with
the
landlord.
Yes, Nana Kankan is alleged to have shot his tenant, Benjamin Autry, a musician at the time, to death in 2020. The fourth prosecution witness, a police officer, was in court yesterday, gave evidence in relation to what happened. Investigation caution statement was read in open court. Investigation caution statement of the accused was read in open court, as well as the charge statement. They were all read, and a cross-examination has started by his lawyers, and the case has been adjourned to next year February, because one of the reasons is the court who is dealing with the matter, or the judge dealing with the matter, sat in the court of the legal vacation, so she will have to also take some leave. So that is in relation to some of these things that happened yesterday. And
All
today
right.
we look forward to some more exciting cases that
Hey, exciting cases.
yes,
So
you
we
know,
are
the, day,
money.
the day that you think that there's nothing happening
That's
at the
when-
corridor, that's the day that you have your busiest day. Yes, today I don't have anything of note that I'm telling you, but I
But
can
you
assure you
go.
that by the close
You'll
of the
be
day,
crisscrossing the courts like it's nobody's
we'll
business.
be telling you the most interesting stories you want to hear.
All
And
right.
all of that, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mutala
Yes,
Inusa,
Nana Dede, have a
our
great
legal
day.
affairs correspondent, the numero uno in the country. Thank you very much, Mutala Inusa. This is the morning Sahel on Star 103.5 FM. In about some